This is Max Williams with United Real Estate, and today I'm in Petersburg, Virginia. Today we're going to take a look at a 4-bedroom, 3 full and 1 half bath home. This home is new construction, and we are situated here in a neighborhood. We've got all types of real estate here in this location. We have some older homes, we have new construction, and we have some homes that need a little bit of TLC. So a full mix of homes here in this neighborhood. One of the things that financial planners talk about whenever they're consulting with customers that are coming up with a financial plan is diversification. And when I say diversification, what I mean is a mix of investments. There are people back many years ago, there was a company named Enron, and Enron was a very successful company. Many of the employees took Enron stock, and that was their retirement to the tune of millions of dollars. And unfortunately, Enron went belly up, and those individuals lost everything. They lost their entire retirement savings because they were not diversified. If they would have spread that money around in other investments, other stocks, other types of investment vehicles, then they would not have lost everything they had invested. I use that as an example because when people think of real estate investing, the first thing that comes to mind is buying a rental property and holding on to it. But there's so many other ways to invest in real estate, and it doesn't even necessarily require a whole lot of money. Here recently, I came across a few websites online, and they're geared towards the smaller investor that still wants to invest in real estate. Let me give you an example of one of them. This fund, it's a REIT, R-E-I-T, Real Estate Investment Trust. It's been around for a number of years, but basically they focus on workforce housing. These are people that make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, and they obviously need a place to live, and they're able to pay rent accordingly. This fund collects money from investors, and it could be as little as a $100 investment, and they buy real estate. They rent it to these tenants, and then, of course, there is a return on that investment. Not only is there a cash flow, but the properties go up in value. This is a good market that they typically will invest in, and the investors, of course, reap the benefits. One of the unique things about the company is they will actually give the tenants an incentive for being a good tenant, for taking care of the property. Once a quarter, they have to send a quick video of the property, and they give the tenants a financial incentive to do that, so that at the end of the year, those tenants have a check. And that check, of course, is cold, hard cash. They can go ahead and spend it as they see fit in exchange for being a good neighbor and following the rules. Okay, we can see here we've got a nice big parking area here in this home. You're really going to like the interior of this property. Got a nice country porch here. Special thanks to Jeannie Garrido, listing agent, that was kind enough to allow us to come in and take a look at her beautiful listing. So one of the things that I love about the concept is that you don't have to have a lot of cash in order to get involved with the real estate investing. You can go ahead and have just a modest amount and let that money grow over time. As you see fit, you contribute more to the fund, and then before you know it, you'll have a sizable amount of money that's invested in real estate. Okay, we can see here we've got a nice open floor plan, gorgeous interior. Here we've got an electronic fireplace to the right side. Love what they did here with the color scheme, the paint. This is 2 homes in a row. We see some darker colors, and that's not typical of property that is new construction or a property that's being flipped. But they went ahead and went outside the box a little bit. I like what I see. Got a good looking ceiling fan in place as well. Open to this gorgeous kitchen. But before we go there, here to the right, we have a powder room. And they did a really nice job with this powder room. We've got LVP on the floor here throughout this first floor. Nice, durable, and good looking material. Next to our powder room is our utility closet. We have a heat pump and electric water heater. So this home is all electric. We do fortunately have a Frigidaire stainless fridge with ice and water in the door. Love what they did here with our backsplash. That gives us a nice pop of color and some geometric variety in the home. Our granite island, got a double bowl sink here, nice gold and black fixture. The island is completed with a stainless dishwasher here at the very end. Of course, next to the island, we have our space for the dinette, and it is, of course, open to the rest of the first floor. This home also features a pantry for some additional food storage right there. Our smooth top stove and Whirlpool microwave overhead. Really like what they did here. And a nice eclectic looking pendant light that's right over the island. Beautifully executed. Let's continue back. Got a nice wide hallway here. That door straight ahead is going to be to the exterior. I love that they gave us a nice fenced backyard here. So we've got good privacy here. Some grass has already been established and our deck is covered. So you're out of the sunlight. You can sit back here if it's raining. They did a great job here giving us some nice outdoor space. All right, let's go back inside and see what else she has to offer. One of the other things I wanted to share was right now it is extremely easy to get into a property. If you are someone that's looking to buy, to live in the home, what we call an owner-occupant. Right now, not only is there 100% financing, but also grant money to help you do that. And that means you can get in with less money than it would cost you for first month's rent and security deposit if you were renting this same property. That is very hard to do in other parts of the world. We just don't realize how easy it is financially here in America to own. And of course, not everyone wants to own, but for somebody that does want to own, you can definitely do it if you have the mindset. Sometimes it'll take a little work for some people, depending on credit and your situation. But for many people, they could wake up tomorrow and go ahead, buy a home with what they have in the bank right now. All right, good looking first floor primary suite. Now, the great thing about this floor plan is we also have another primary suite upstairs. So this is perfect for multi-generational use. If grandma comes to visit, she can have some place to sleep where she doesn't have to go up the stairs. Speaking of stairs, this is an extremely wide staircase. I can spread my arms out and barely touch each wall. So very nice wide staircase. We've got a little sitting area here at the top of the landing. And I'm going to go back towards the street. Now, this is not a primary bedroom, but this is a large bedroom. You could easily get a king size bed in here with no problem. I just love the way they allocated the space in this floor plan. They just really made this square footage work effectively. Walk-in closet. That's not something that you always see in a secondary bedroom in this size home. Nice deep linen closet here. As we move on, this is our hall bath. Nicely appointed. Once again, we've got the marble look on the tub shower. Bedroom number 3. This is going to be the most conservative of the bedrooms, but you could easily get a full-size bed in here and adult furniture with no problem. Once again, we've got another closet there with some good depth. Directly across is our laundry. Your washer dryer, there's enough room for them to go side by side. The pan here is for the washing machine. That's a very smart move because if there were ever a leak, that hole right there goes outdoors and it will get rid of the water that happens to leak from the washing machine. So good safety measure and will save your sheetrock below if there ever was a leak. This is our second primary suite. So we're of course now in the back of the home. We've got the recessed lights, the ceiling fan. This one also has a walk-in closet. Very impressive. And we have an ensuite, which is right here. So very hard to do 2 primary suites in a home this size. We've got a high bedroom bathroom count as well, which is very impressive. So I love what I see here in this home, and the price point, you know, they are working hard to keep these prices as low as possible here in the Central Virginia area when they're building these homes. So you will not find a traditional large builder, what we call a production builder, that's able to do this. Their prices are just in excess of where you would be in a home like this, which was done by a small builder or a small investor. If you have questions about this or any other home in the market, my name is Max Williams. It'd be an honor for me to help. If you have questions about what I was talking about in regard to investing small amounts in real estate, give me a shout as well. I'd be happy to pass on some interesting information. Max Williams, 804-402-7788. I can be reached on Facebook, under Richmond Area Foreclosures on YouTube, under my name, Max Williams Realtor. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much for taking the tour. Have a great day.